Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Crank the Epic audio show that happened in Freeport, Grand Bahama. So let's get into today's video.
Yeah. 141. 141.6. What the frequency was on that? What we got? 141.8 decibel.
Alright, as you guys have just seen, we had a ton of fun. The way that they measured the dB score was super cool. We put the sound meter up on the windshield and we had the opposite window open so all the pressure would build right where the sound meter was, and it was an amazing show. I came in 8th place. I got my ass kicked, but I'm gonna be absolutely ready for next year to have an absolute monster of a build and be ready to actually compete. But I had a lot of fun. It was a very different type of car, like, you know, thing. Usually we go on the tracks, usually we go like riding around, having a few drinks, playing some dominoes, and you just drive your car from point to point, or you do some racing, you do some burning out. But to actually just do an audio show was pretty freaking cool. A couple of the builds that actually stood out to me, obviously first place is going to stand out to anyone. A 151, almost a 152. I think his name is Chris. He did an amazing job with his car. Beautiful build. It literally feels like someone's punching you in the back of the head when you're sitting in that car and he's playing some music. Also, I believe second place was the Excursion. That's my old man, that's my father, and he has, I think, 215 U's in there. Those things literally look like they could break the glass in that Jeep. That is amazing. That build came out really freaking good. I think third place was Nick. He has an amazing build too. He has a similar build to mine. Single sub 15-inch Sundown XV3 15, I believe, and I had the XV3 12. Now my XV3 12, I don't know if this happened recently or before I got it or whatever it was. I think it's a factory fault though. I think that's what I'm going to chalk it up to. The voice coil in it didn't burn up. The cone of itself actually ripped. The cone ripped away from the voice coil. So the voice coil is still good. It's just that the cone is no longer attached to it. So we have to buy a recone kit for it and put it back together. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do that, because in my mind, I love 15-inch speakers and 18-inch speakers. I like the bigger brand of speakers. I'm not too into the punchy bass, especially after having a 12 XV3. I'm more into the lows, and that's just what I'm going to be doing from now on. Now, the show itself, I hope to see a lot more you guys that actually live in Freeport that watch these videos come out to the next one and support and maybe enter your cars. As you can see, a lot of people that just had regular, you know, speakers in their car did very well. The guy with the silver cobalt did extremely well. He had 2 kickers in it. He peaked at about 50 hertz, which is high, but he did a 144, I want to say 144 or something. But yeah, so a lot of people did extremely well. That dB meter makes you really understand what is loud and what is not loud. So the X series speaker that I have moves a lot of air, but it just doesn't get as loud, especially in the Fuga where it wants more airspace. We got a better dB with opening the trunk, so we had a lot of issues there. Next year, I'm probably gonna have something with way more airspace in it and way more speakers in it as well. Bigger speakers at that, more power, some lithium banks, something like that. But I had an amazing time. It was absolutely a great show. It was hosted by, I believe, John and Twin Gates Audio, and they did an amazing job with the event. Hopefully next year, like I said, we can do a lot more when it comes to people just watching, people participating, and we're going to keep this thing exciting. We're going to keep some type of car event alive in Freeport, because we can't seem to keep anything else open. The tracks is pretty much garbage at this point. There's nowhere for anyone that's a car enthusiast to actually do anything unless you're going to do it illegally, and we don't want to keep doing that. So, oh, before I forget, Chris with the Mustang, the Fox body, those 4.8s surprised the hell out of me. I did not think they would do as well as they did, and he had a dying alternator. He needed to get one, and still did, I believe, a 143 or 144, which is amazing. So kudos to him with that build. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Always remember, don't drift without your dreams, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.